Tovino Thomas had once said that if you really want to support a film industry, then you need to watch their films in a theater. Hi guys, this is Farhad and you're watching Popcorn Reviews, my channel with a double S, and I'm here with another review of the Malayalam film Kaathal, the core, which is starring Mammootty. Now, Mammootty has been in the form of his life at the age of 72 years. I mean, this year we've seen four of his films, and three of his films I have myself seen it in a theater, which shows that he's been in immaculate form and he's been outstanding here. Now, the moment I got to know that he's playing a homosexual character in his new film Kaathal, I was really curious. Now, if you notice, there was this incident on social media wherein a 16-year-old queer makeup artist committed suicide due to homophobic hate comments on his social media platform. Now, this is the signs of the society that we live in, and it also has a lot to do with the cinema that has, tackled topics of LGBT. Through the 80s and 90s, which is a complete misrepresentation of their community. Now, the moment you have someone like a Mammootty playing a role of a homosexual, the thing that you do is you take masses on your side, and that is when you actually see a change. And that is something that I was looking forward to in Kaathal, the core. So then, is Kaathal the core worth your time? His collaboration with Geo Baby, who'd earlier made The Great Indian Kitchen, how is that? We'll discuss all of that in this review. So stay tuned for that. But if you haven't yet liked the video, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, press that bell icon, and also share this video with your friends and family. So here we go. Coming to the story and screenplay, Kaathal, the core, is essentially a story of a retired bank employee who decides to stand up for a local panchayat election. This until his wife files for a divorce on the pretext that he has been a homosexual man all his life. The story here is sensitive and it engulfs you with all the deft emotions that are there in play right throughout the narrative. Now, the screenplay here, which is a less than 2 hours long, slightly less than 2 hours, is beautiful. It is beautifully melancholic and it hits all the right notes of all the emotions that are in store for such a drama, and that is something that was very impressive. The leisurely drama allowed you time to invest in the characters, allowed you time to invest in the world, and what resulted was something totally beautiful. And this is something that I really associate with the Malayalam films. Now, the drama here, it starts with a longish start title scene in which you normally would see all the star cast and all the technicians roll out, but here it started with the most you started with the drivers that were there, or the technical crew that were there, leading to the stars that were there, and that showed a beautiful vibe of inclusivity in the drama that was there. And I really liked that because it went with the pretext of inclusivity of the LGBTQ community as well. So that inclusivity as a concept was beautifully represented through the rolling titles that were there, and the rolling titles were played with a beautifully heartbreaking symphony that almost invites you in the drama. It invites you in the drama, and it also absolutely before even the first shot is shown, you are in the drama itself. So you are introduced to the principal characters who are doing their routine chores in their daily routine lives that are there. This until the first twist in the tale occurs in the form of the divorce that is there. In the meanwhile, you are also introduced to the protagonist Matthew, played by Mammukka, and you are instantly falling in love with his character due to his affable nature. In a scene, you see that he resolves a conflict between a daughter and her father on the pretext of love, making that love is a virtue that he follows while campaigning for an election. So politics and love do not really go together, and this is something that he made it special, probably due to the love that he was seeking within him and it was engulfed in him. Yet credit were due to the makers, because the politics of the drama is very well defined here. I feel that as a society, we aren't very open about making opinions or talking about the homosexuality of a person. It's always in hush hush corners that we talk about of the homosexuality of any person, and that is something that is wonderfully represented in this drama here. There's no character who openly talks about it. Uh, Despite having multiple opinions about everything, if it's not confined within the space of your own house, you will not feel the, you will not hold back your emotions. But the moment something happens within your space, within your house, you tend to be a little timid with that issue, and that is something that is represented very well here in this drama. And I really liked the dynamics that was there between the character of Omana and Matthew. They play husband and wife, essayed by Jyotika and Mammootty. And there's no film industry who better develops characters like the Malayalam film industry does, and I truly mean that from the bottom of my heart. Even in some dramas that do not work holistically, the world building and the characterization is outstanding, and that is where the Malayalam film industry always has scored. And that was the equation here between Omana and Matthew as well, because you see a lot of love and respect between the two characters. In a scene, brief scene in the kitchen, you see Omana congratulating and giving her best regards for Mammootty for the election that was there, that he is going to be, the election campaign that he is going to be running. In a separate scene, you see the character of Mammootty holding the purse of Omana as she goes and testifies against him in the court of law. And in the court of law, that is when the can of worms actually open and people freely talk about it. And I think that says much about the equation that Omana and Matthew share. There's also another scene where they drive together to court, drive back home to court. So there is a lot of love, and it is represented very well on screen. Also, getting into the psyche of Omana as to why she's filing for divorce. The reason why she was filing for divorce probably is because she didn't want to hurt or malign the image of Matthew, but it was because she wanted him also to set free as much as for herself. And that is something that is a pure emotion. The events leading to the final act are wonderful, and the little rainbow at the end does give you a lot of hope, and you almost are breaking. It is heartbreaking, the last final act that is there in that confrontational scene between Mammootty and his father. That I think was an important point. That is the only point you see Mammootty, express his feelings, and he's a man of few words, by the way, throughout the film. It's beautifully expressed in a wonderfully penned screenplay. I cannot say much. Anything that I say would be less than the immaculate screenplay that is in store here. Now, coming to the technical aspects, the dialogues, the music, and the direction, the dialogues here are gentle and they do not overpower or preach any messaging that is required in the film. They do not help you judge the characters. It's up to you to judge the characters based on the situations that is there, and that is the beauty of this drama. Now, the music here is beautiful and it blends well with the drama, but even better is the BGM, which is absolutely melancholic, and it beautifully, engulfs you in the vibe of the drama. The cinematography is excellent as well. It captures some stunning frames in that, especially the events leading up to the interval block. You see the character of Thankan, the love interest of Matthew, and Matthew himself, both in the same frame for the very first time, and with the use of rain. So there is a sufficient distance between the two, and I think that was a nice little frame cut to the final end, where it is implied that Thankan and Matthew are together with that little rainbow, where it signs with a, it ends with a, messaging that love wins in whichever capacity possible. And I think that is something that is beautifully also represented in the drama. Also, I feel the editing was crisp and sharp, and it did not deter the length of the film. It did not overstay its welcome. Director Geo Baby, I think he's done a fabulous job all over again. He's excellent in crafting those moments between the characters and tapping into the character dynamics while also representing the society, and which is acting like a mirror for you, and that is wonderfully represented here as well. Coming to the performances are, all of them are good. Alistair Alex, Anagha Ravi, Chandni, Muthumani, all of them do a wonderful job. Adarsh does a wonderful job as well. Josie also adds a little comic relief here and there. He does a very good job as Sibin. Uh, Panicker sir, who plays the father of Mammootty, beautiful in that penultimate scene that was there, in that confrontational scene. It was wonderful, kept your heart almost in a very heartfelt performance that is there. Jyotika, whatever I say, she expressed herself beautifully here through her eyes. Her eyes do a lot of talking here, and I think she did a wonderful job. Sudhi, who plays Thankan, also does a good job. But it is Mammootty at the age of 72 who shows just so much range as a performer. He's absolutely immaculate in every sense of the word. And what do I say? He was doing some regressive films some time back, and now when you see Mammootty's transformed himself, and how I think he's in a league of its own at 72. Even his immediate, juniors that are there, they aren't taking as many risks as he is, and he's absolutely immaculate. The risks, those who aren't taking will, I think, start taking after this immaculate performance. It was a brave performance, it was a sensitive performance, and a really, really heartfelt performance to cap up a wonderful year that started with Nan Pakal, dipped a little with Christopher, then went up with Kannu Squad, and now with Kaathal, the core hits it out of the park. And how he's also financially supporting the film and supporting niche concepts like these, collaborating with collaborators. So outstanding from Mammootty sir. I am a fan. All Mammootty fans assemble here and congratulate him in the comment section as well. So overall, Kaathal, the core, is, I think, probably, if not one of the best Malayalam films that I've seen this year. It's achingly beautiful, and it makes for a wonderfully heartfelt and melancholic watch. It's highly recommended from my end. And if you watch the film, let me know your comments below on what you made of the film. If you're liking this video, please smash that like button, press that bell icon, subscribe to the channel, share this video with your friends and family. Any little help helps a small creator like me. Also, if you'd like to read the full review of Kaathal the Core on my site, Popcorn Reviews with a double S, the link of which is in the description box below, do visit my site as well. Also, follow me on different social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Letterboxd. I do not end up making a video on everything that I watch, but I do write a lot. All information is present on my site, Popcorn Reviews with a double S, and on my social media handles. I'll see you again tomorrow with another video, this time of a Tamil film. Which film is it? Let me know in the comments if you've guessed it. I'll see you again tomorrow, but till then, take care of yourselves and spread love as much as you can, and to all the sections of the society. Cheers and thank you, everyone.